This is today's sun, Sunday, April 1st, Easter Sunday. This is the second recording. I have now taken the 5mm spacer out and I just have the camera, 10mm spacer, and MFR6 installed. So let me zoom in on some of those 200, and let me go look at the sun's prom at the top. Let me go to maybe 400 is too much. Let me. Okay, that's 400, 235 times zoom. Beautiful sun. Excuse me. Too bad it's Easter Sunday, nobody's watching. Let me zoom in on 400 times zoom. Times zoom on that one sunspot. Probably have to go down to about 350. Hey Graham, happy Easter. Have a beautiful day in Louisiana. I just could not pass up. Because the sun is actually quite nice today. Can you hear me? Let me see, where's my audio set? Recording device is set to... sorry about that. I have to learn to... If I aim my face towards the webcam, how is the sound now? Okay, I have to remember to look at the webcam when I speak. Right now it is 82 degrees Fahrenheit, 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And let me zoom out and show you the whole solar disk. Yeah, it's getting too close to summer here. As you can see, sun is looking pretty good today. This is the best I have seen the sun in a long time. Let me go to the inverse. Some of these prominences were visible yesterday and have gotten better. There is also some better surface detail. So let me go back and I'll change the exposure to about 60 now. Maybe a little bit less than 60 milliseconds. 60, 50. Okay, that's 37 milliseconds. $35, $36. There are a few filaments. Let me see if I can tweak focus. As the title says, it's not the best of days. There's a little bit of haze, and every now and then a contrail will drift across. The pressure tuner just kicked up the pressure. I think in the secondary pressure tuner. Let me try tweaking pressures. Let me go to just raise the secondary pressure tuner to 16 psi. And I raise the primary to 13. This is really the best the sun has looked in a long, long time. Last weekend there was absolutely no detail whatsoever visible on the surface of the sun. At least today there's a few filaments. And one here, and there's one over here. Hint of one right here. And then there's one sunspot area around here. Let me zoom in on that sunspot area. Go to 200. Okay, let me try to tweak focus a little. Pretty good. The only thing I have not done yet is to connect both the mini computer and my laptop to my AT&T Wi-Fi card and then attempt to broadcast with it. So far, the device has 3 USB 3 ports, and I've been able to broadcast from inside the house without the need for an amplified USB splitter. I can power the camera directly off of one of the USB 3 hubs using I think about a 10-foot cable, and I have another USB cable for controlling the mount, and everything is working fine. The last test will be actually trying it outside, connecting it to my Wi-Fi card. My laptop and the mini PC both have Windows 10 Pro, so I'm able to use remote desktop. Let me go to negative. Let me see what this does in a negative. The house Wi-Fi would make the backyard, so I could do this in the backyard using my home internet. But I want to attempt to try to use my portable on-the-go Wi-Fi, which is the AT&T card I have. It does work at Star Parties when I broadcast on NSN Live using it. I just want to see if I can link both the mini PC and my laptop to it and have them talk to each other. So it's still a work in progress. The Minix box I bought, MINIX, the Minix Neo, I think has a lot more capabilities than the compute sticks that both Brian and Doug have been experimenting with. You can see the detail around that one sunspot. Let me zoom in a little bit closer. And I'm taking a little recording. I'm going to upload this to YouTube later on. But there's a lot of nice detail. Oh, the AT&T Wi-Fi. As long as I'm near an AT&T tower, I can connect and have no issues. The issue at the Grand Canyon would be that there is no AT&T internet service whatsoever. But when I go to Chiefland, Florida, or when I've gone to the Eclipse in Tennessee, most of the places we go, there is an AT&T tower nearby that I could log into. Boy, in moments of good seeing, there's a lot of detail around that sunspot. Can I dial in a number? I don't know. 252. Locally, for my setup, I can use my Spectrum cable company Wi-Fi, and both the mini PC and my laptop will connect to it. The whole reason I'm getting into this mini PC setup is the ability to wirelessly control the scope and the camera while I'm sitting inside my travel trailer at a Star Party and not have to worry about my bright monitors destroying the night vision of all the non-video people. I'm at 255. Yeah, well, At the winter start party back in February, I have a 10 by 10 easy up canopy, but it's white. And if the monitors and the laptops are inside the easy up, then the whole canopy glows from the glare from the monitors. So I lined the inside of the easy up with black visqueen, both the walls and the ceiling, uh, to help keep straight. Yeah, I did. So I lined it with black visqueen to help keep out keep the stray light from making the canopy glow. I need to get a new easy up because the one I have uh, was not quite waterproof enough. And during all the rains at the event, yeah, it is. But if I can set up inside the travel trailer with the Wi-Fi unit, then I don't have to worry about trying to line the easy up with black visqueen, and the monitors will be inside because all of the windows in the travel trailer, my wife made blackout curtains, so no light escapes from the travel trailer at nighttime. Yes, it is. Uh, we were talking about that yesterday. By having the windows lined with this um, light blocking material, it actually keeps it cooler inside. Let me go back to a positive view of this sunspot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the atmosphere is, it's not quite stable enough to support. I'm trying to tweak focus, but just can't quite get it. Let me go back to full. There's the full disk. And let me show the guests what the numerous prominences look like. That was what, about 600 milliseconds? There they are. There's all the proms. So let me move the mount down a hair. Now let me zoom into about 200. Okay. Okay. So I'm back at 200% zoom, showing the proms at the top right now. Let me see what the sharpness to max. You can see all the controls on the left side. I have gamma maxed at 1.5. I can play with the contrast somewhat. I've just maxed the contrast as well as the brightness, but if you do that, then you lose some of the detail in the prom. Not too much. I'm going to max contrast and gamma. Yes, it does. Okay, let me set at the blackout level at -30 right now. Sharpness I have maxed. If I go to min, is minimum sharpness. medium sharpness. Sharpness goes to 100, so if I go to 50. Okay, it's medium sharpness. Noise. With the remote control, with remote desktop, I can utilize both monitors that I have for controlling the scope, and I can put, say, the camera software and the mount software on one monitor and then broadcast from the second monitor. So I got noise. See, I've lowered the noise to minimum, and there's noise to max. Let me see what the noise is mid-range, around 50. And then 3D noise. That's 0 for 3D noise. Yes, I always extend the desktop to the second monitor, and then when I do a remote desktop, it normally fills both monitors, but then I can minimize it so that the mini PC only occupies a portion of both monitors where I'm actually receiving the signal from the mini PC. This goes to 2, so I'm going to go to about 120 something. Okay. So I'm in mid noise. Okay. If I wanted to try to smooth this more, I could I'm going to enable average stacking. So I got average stacking enabled. I'm using Chrome. I know Doug Murphy was having some issues, and Dewey was having a lot of issues. He was using, I think, Edge. I've been using Chrome. That's what I'm using right now. And when I'm on the road on my laptop, I use a program called Maxthon. It's a browser. Maxthon. I just typed in the name. It was a program that somebody told me about 5 years ago, and it seems to work. It's a browser, and it works very well. That's what I use in my laptop. But on my desktop, I use Chrome. Oh, I'm using KBY Cam right now to capture the area of the MallinCam StarVision software for broadcast. So I call up the StarVision software, then I start KBY Cam and grab the area of the software I want to broadcast, and then I start my browser for broadcasting. And in this case, I'm using Chrome. So I'm using KVY Cam. I'm using Chrome. Those are the two things I'm using right now. I've been having some issues with my desktop computer in the house, which is an exact copy of the one I'm using here in the observatory. But something got corrupted in it to the point that I can't use KBY Cam in the house to do a broadcast. And I've been dealing with Victor in the Ukraine, and he has not yet figured out if it's a Windows corruption issue or if it's my video card issue that's causing the problem. He said to use in the meantime split cam, which he also has developed. So I'm using split cam to broadcast with in the house. Yep. Yeah, in this computer, the one I'm using in the observatory, I have split cam, but split cam utilizes the CPU processing speed for processing the image for broadcasting. KVY cam uses the video card memory, so it's less of a resource hog than split cam. Let me, what I'm also using, EPIC. I use Epic Pen Pro to add this nice pretty text. With the free version of Epic Pen, you don't have some of the added features, like the ability to use the keyboard to type. You have to do everything freehand. You also don't have the straight line tool to point out features. Those all come with the Pro version. Let me zoom out and go back to the proms on the bottom. 75, bump. Move up the mount. Zoom into 200 and go to the bottom. There's a nice prom at the bottom. And in theory, I have the software capturing images. Hold on a second. Let me see if actually it's doing its job. My computer. USB drive J. Okay, let me go back. Okay, so let me file. Where is that? Settings. Capture settings. I want advanced. I want to capture 500 frames every 10 seconds. Okay, and then file continuous snap. So I'm capturing some more images now. So let me go back to a negative. I like the inverse. There's the inverse. Let me lower the exposure. you can see on the right there's a little dot, and that's a piece of dust on the sensor. Okay. Let me see if there's how the dome is staying relative to the sun. Okay, I gotta rotate it a little bit. Okay. Close my closet door and keep the air conditioning in it. Okay. Okay. Move back to 100 and let me recenter. Very nice view. Very nice. Let me go back to the surface before I end this. Let me. I'm reducing the exposure to get surface again. I don't know, about 30. Was it 38? 60. Oh, I'm in inverse. Hold on. Let me turn it inverse off. Bump. Bump. Yeah, okay. Make an effort to set up my scope. Well, I was the lucky one that didn't get the head chest cold. My wife got it and got some bronchitis, and she's had both knees replaced. One was done 3 years ago, and one was done about 5 years ago. Main thing is to follow the physical therapy regimen to get that range of motion back. Very nice. Well, I'm gonna